Welcome back to Patch in the Prairie. It's definitely feels like fall around here with lots of cool, breezy, gloomy days. We still haven't been terribly cold yet, but I'm sure that's coming. I thought I'd take you along for some of the different jobs I'm going to be doing this weekend around the farm. So I'm doing something new this year, and I weaned all my lambs into a separate group, and I've been running them separate from the rest of my breeding flock. So they're all following me around, but when I first got here, they were all just chewing their cud and happy, and so they're really not acting very hungry, and I still think this small paddock probably has another day or two left, so we'll move on to the next group. Okay, so I came down here to the ewe flock, and they're definitely done in this little paddock I had set up for them, and it's now starting to sprinkle, so I'm gonna get to it and try to get them moved before I hopefully don't get caught out in the rain. So when I was gonna go head out to the sheep, I couldn't get the four-wheeler started, really. It started for a little bit and then it just died and it wouldn't turn back on. And I noticed that the big water tank that I used to water the sheep out of was finally empty. The sheep hardly drink any water during these cooler months, and so it's finally time to refill it. So I'm gonna try to get the four-wheeler going again so I can go pick it up. Well, I'm wondering if the battery on this might be low since I hardly have been running it much this fall.
But I can't get remember?
Yeah. Okay.
So I need to find this out.
Well, looks like my suspicions might be right. Looks like it's about 20% charged. Okay, so well, the four-wheeler's charging up. I went to the gas station. I need to gas up the tractor, and the rain's starting to come down a little bit more, so I'll have to try to find some jobs to do inside of it. Alright, the battery charger says it's at 100, so we'll see if it'll start now. Well, I think it's got a different problem. I'm gonna go ahead and package up some eggs. We are now, since these new pullets we've had are now laying a lot of eggs, I'm finally able to go back and sell eggs to our one retail client that we have. Thankfully, he was very excited to have us back. We haven't been able to sell him eggs for a little while because our older flock was giving us lots of production problems. What I need to do is I need to get all of our cartons stamped, and then I have to go through the eggs and I have to sort out any that maybe have a check or a blood spot or anything like that. Once I've determined that the quality is good, I have to grade them based off the size of the air sac and then also label them according to. And so when we sell eggs to retail, we do have to have a license through the state, and they require that we use brand new cartons every time. And we have to stamp them with the date that the eggs are packed, and then the store has 30 days to sell those eggs from the time that they were packed. Okay, so I got my stack of eggs, my egg scale, and my candling light all ready to go. So I need to turn out the lights and hope. So I candle the egg. This one has no issues at all. And then I weigh it. Well, I found this egg here, and this has got a hairline fracture in the shell that you can't see with the naked eye. And we call this a check, and so we pull these out and we just keep them for our family. Since I still can't get that four-wheeler started, we're gonna drive down in my truck. I don't normally like to drive in the pastures, especially when it's raining with anything heavier than a four-wheeler, but don't have options. So we're gonna get that water tank picked up. Noticed when I was down here earlier that this solar unit was not recharging the battery adequately enough due to all the gloomy weather we've had the past few days. So I'm going to take this battery out. Well, it's the next day and I got one last project to finish up. We've started on it already, but we need to clean up the barn, get all the manure out of here. And it's a very tight squeeze getting our tractor in here. I've only got a few inches of clearance on either side. And because the tractor is so big, I can't turn around in here. And so there's a section right up here where those hens are at. That I had to shovel out by hand, so that's what these piles are. Is I got those shoveled out, so time to get them scooped up.